Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. We got a special one here today, folks. We are talking about a problem that basically plagues almost everyone's home. We're talking about clutter. Clutter. Disorganization. There may or may not be a personal relationship with me to this issue, but we are going to be talking about home organization, and what better person to talk with than Miss Amie Schopf from Life Uncluttered. So, Amie Schopf, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love showcasing people that are going out on their own. They're doing something. They're trying to build something, very much like we did 10 years ago with trying to build the real estate business. So, try to get the word out there for you. You're doing great things, and so let's talk mess.
Yeah.
So, how did this all start for you? Like, what made you want to start your own decluttering business?
Yeah, so I never thought this for me at all until something crazy happened and unfortunate, but I'm here to tell my story, and this is how it started. So started off my career as a third grade teacher, had kids, and then I was like, well, I want to stay home with them, and did that for 13 years. And then got back into the school and did some subbing until my daughter hit middle school. And I was like, you know what, I just want to change. It was kind of after COVID too. So the schools had closed down, and I actually was starting to help a friend do some homeschooling with her kids because she was working and kids were at home from school. So I did that. And then once school went back, she was like, well, I need some help in my office. Organizing the storage closet, just front desk help, stuff like that. So I did that for 5 years. And one day I was left work a little bit early to go get your yearly mammogram, which, at 40, that's what all women do. And I came back and I was like, to the two girls that I work with, I was like, oh gosh, like they want me to come back. I've never had that happen. And both of them were like, oh, don't worry. Like we always have to go back. Like every time it's just like a precaution. So I was like, okay, so scheduled another one and went for my mammogram again. And they're like, they pulled me aside into this special room. The radiologist came in and she's like, we want to do a biopsy. She's like, you have something that looks abnormal. Still told me, she's like, I think you're fine. Like everything will be fine. We're just doing this precaution. So anyway, scheduled the biopsy, had the biopsy. Radiologist told me right then and there. She's like, I think this is cancer. So no breast cancer in my family whatsoever. So don't know where it came from. So basically almost took a year off of working in the office and had a lot of time to think. And I remember, my boys are both in college, so they kind of didn't see what was going on. But my daughter, she's 15, sophomore in high school. When I told her I had cancer, she just started bawling. And she was like, are you going to die?
Oh, my gosh.
And I was like, that really hit me. I was like, honey, I'm not going to die. Like, this is so treatable. Everything will be fine. But like when she said that, I was like, I want to spend every minute I can with my kids. Like that is my biggest reason for life.
Yeah.
So, I had the surgery, a long recovery from that, even radiation. It just made me really tired, so I just had a lot of time at home, a lot of time to think. And how this started was I only worked in the office 4 days a week. And so Mondays I had off. Okay. So there was a Facebook post one day back 5 years ago. It was a picture of somebody's pantry. And they said, who can organize this? So that's how it started. So so my friend and I messaged her and we're like, we can totally organize your pantry. We were both teachers. We both had that organizing, just some people are good at it, some people are not.
Sure.
So we went over there and totally redid her pantry. Now we just used things that she had there. We didn't buy anything special. We're not coming in like California closets and, completely redoing. We're just using what you have and just making it more functional for what they need. That became our every Monday job. She wanted us every Monday, and we went there and we just did a bedroom one time, always folded her laundry and put it away. She had 3 kids, working mom of 3, just didn't have the time to fold the laundry. I mean, they did the laundry. It would just need to be folded, put away.
Right. And if you don't fold it right away, it gets all wrinkled in the basket.
It's a whole week of laundry.
Yeah.
On the bed for us to fold. And I love to fold laundry.
You love folding
laundry? Oh my gosh. I will fold laundry all day long. It is so satisfying to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm weird. So then other people started, posting on Facebook, and I would message them. But then, since I wasn't like a licensed, insured like business, they didn't want to hire me. So I was like, okay, while I was home recovering, I was like, let me start doing some research and seeing how I can make this legit. I don't want to be in the office every day. I want to go to my daughter's games and swim meets, and I want to go up to University of Maryland to take my boys to lunch if they have a lunch break, and just because I can.
Yeah.
So I did the research. I found someone to help me create the LLC. My logo is my grandfather's house that my dad, he's the oldest of 8, grew up in, and that's where all of our family gatherings are. So that was like super sentimental. And then it was. And
how long ago was this when you actually decided that you found the cancer? And then
so actually I'm coming up on a year. So November 19th.
So very recent.
It's very fresh. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've been doing this for 5 years, really, just on the side. And now that I'm like licensed, insured, and all that, it's just word of mouth has gotten out, and I'm super busy. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Were you always organized as a kid?
Oh yeah. Like I remember my sister, when I got married, everybody wrote something about me and said it, at the reception, and she was like, her closet was color coordinated at the age of 10, and it was. I shared a room with my sister growing up, and she was a mess, and I was like super clean. But when we finally moved, I got my own room, and my room was downstairs because my mom was like, she's the cleanest one. I had 2 sisters. She's the cleanest one. When you walk in the door, that's what everyone's going to see, this room. So I got my own room with a bathroom. I was a middle child. So so just because I've always
that middle child,
I know, right?
They get their way a lot,
Yeah.
The first one gets dumped on with it, because we don't know what we're doing as parents.
Right.
Probably the youngest 2 gets the yeah.
So
wow.
So that's how it started, and it just fits in better with family life, and like I said, my kids are everything. I want to go to every game. I want to do everything with them, because you just don't know. Life is short, and you just don't know.
Yeah.
Every day you just
count your blessings, and because the clock will expire one day.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we just don't know when it is. So.
Right.
Wow. I think reflecting on real estate. And being a teacher, I was a high school teacher, and now working on my own, it's got its own challenges.
Right.
But certainly you can structure your life around your family, put family first, and then put those things on the calendar, and then build your schedule around that versus making them the second or third appointment. It's
right.
Right.
Yeah, and it works for my husband too, because he knows, like, I take them to all their appointments, and he can focus on his job and do a good job with that, and I've got everything else. So yeah.
So let's talk about the home organization.
Yeah.
What do you think are people's biggest misconceptions about bringing somebody from the outside in?
Yes, I think people think that we come in and just like throw everything away, which we don't. And they think that their house is going to look like a Pinterest ad or something. That's not the case.
Okay.
Like I said, we're not like a company that comes in and builds shelves and does great things like structurally, but we just take what you have and just organize it to what fits their lifestyle, what they need. Mm-hmm. Everybody's need is different, so it's not like a one fit for everybody. It's,
right.
You go in, you see kind of like what they're looking for, what they need, and then you just go for it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, is there a lot of commonality with like certain rooms of the house are more cluttered than others? Like when you first go into a house and it's like, okay, this is priority number 1. What is that priority number 1?
Usually it's like the kitchen countertops.
Okay.
Everybody, that's like a loading zone for everybody. So usually when I go into a house, I look at their countertops, and for me, at my house specifically, like I cannot have anything on my countertops. It is like a clutter-free
just
zone.
Completely bare?
Well, I mean, it has it has a few things, but just not a lot of like knick-knacky things, or I like the clean, open space.
Yeah. When we counsel somebody when they're prepping their house for sale, we usually say, like, if there's that coffee maker that you use every single day, we can keep that up there, but we're not. Again, we're getting rid of all the knick-knack stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
because we want to show off those countertops.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So I just come in and say, like, what do you use daily? Right, like you said, that kind of stuff can stay on. But if it's just like a bowl with just catch-all stuff, let's find a home for that. So. And
if you can't find a home, it's like,
yeah, then it goes.
Get out of here. I mean, it's hard finding a home for everything.
Yeah.
We do just hold on to so much, and we say, oh, well, maybe I'll use this.
Maybe we'll use it.
And you haven't used it in 15 years.
Right. Exactly. And I think too, sometimes people just need someone to like comfort them and say, like, it's okay. Like, you have 30 pairs of black leggings. You don't need 30 pairs of black leggings. Let's cut down 10 of them.
Yeah.
And that's helpful just to have somebody there with you doing it. It just it makes it less overwhelming for the person.
Yeah, because certainly there's emotion tied to getting rid of things. I mean, It's an emotional attachment, maybe even personalized, like somebody gave me this or this reminds me of the memory that we had with our kid when they were 4 years old. And
exactly.
I mean, my daughter would draw like a mark on a crayon across a piece of paper, and then all of a sudden it's freaking artwork. You know? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, I just had a client that I talked to about artwork and schoolwork. She was saving every math paper, everything they brought home from school. She's like, well, I found these bins and I want to, put all of the paperwork, into these bins. And so I just talked to her. I was like, let's go through this and, take some pictures of some things, we can save a few things, and she thought that was a great idea because you don't need every single thing your child brings home from school.
Right. And then the theory is, well, they're going to want it one day when they move out. They don't want you. They don't want it. They don't want their third grade report card.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Take a picture of it and, download it somewhere where you'll have it forever.
Yeah. But we didn't have that 20, 30 years ago.
I know.
I mean, even in the early 2000s, I don't think we had like digital photography, did we? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, we had photo albums in the beginning of our relationship.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now we don't have anything like that. It's all on our phone.
I know. God forbid we lose our phone, right?
Holy smokes.
It's like my biggest
fear. You go to the
Verizon
store or whatever store, and if they wipe that phone, oh my gosh, I think we'll lose it.
I'm nervous.
Oh my god. So is there a step-by-step progression when it comes to working with somebody and taking it step by step so that there is a comfort level to it all?
Yeah. So I can give you an example of that. Actually,
okay.
I just did somebody's a little girl's room on Monday, and the mom was like. I have a picture on my phone before and after. I'll probably post on my Instagram. But, I mean, when I walked into the room, there was just clothes flowing out of the dresser, just stuff everywhere. And honestly, it was a little overwhelming for me when I first walked in. But what I did was I just took everything out of the drawers, and then I started making piles. So pile 1 being donate.
Okay.
Which means, maybe if the clothes were too small, because I had asked the mom ahead of time, like, what size clothes, what size shoes do they wear? I'll take all the small clothes out, so that they're not in the drawers anymor.
Yeah, they're not going to wear them anymore.
They're not going to wear them anymore.
Yeah.
So I had a donate pile, I had a trash pile, which, trash being that if something was unsalvageable, papers, clothes with holes, things like that couldn't be donated. And then another pile of just keep pile, but I did have organization piles of the keep pile, meaning like all short sleeve shirts in this size, all long sleeve shirts, all sweatpants, all leggings, and so on. So then once I had gotten rid of all the donate and trash, I took that out into the hallway, and then I could see more of what I was dealing with. So then I just came up with a plan for her dresser, and, short sleeves shirts go in here. And for her, I think the little girl was in first grade. So we did put like little labels. The mom said it was okay on her dresser.
Okay.
Saying short sleeve shirts, leggings, things like that. But one thing about this room is when we pulled out these clothes from her dressers, we found at least 2 loads of laundry of dirty clothes that she was just stuffing back in there. And I thought to myself, gosh, like, how can we make this better? And I was like, she doesn't have a hamper or any laundry bin in her room. I was like, let's go, so we just went in the house. Again, you used something that they already had.
Right.
Put a hamper in her bedroom and, talked to the mom and said, you have to teach them this is what you do, when you take your dirty clothes off, put it in the hamper and not stuff it back into the drawers. So hopefully that works. And
I wish my kids would actually take the one thing that they wore one time and then put it back into their drawers so they could wear it again.
We found all sorts of dirty stuff.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So at least 2, I'm not joking when I say 2 loads of laundry.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
But yeah, but she just, she just needs to learn the right way to put dirty clothes away, and just, if everything is labeled and she can see, okay, all my short sleeve shirts go here, and so on. So it's just creating a system that works for whoever you're organizing for.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, that's very individual. I mean, what works for one person.
It's not a one size fits all. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever had to work with somebody that just had a very tough time parting with stuff?
Yes.
Like, how do you, what's your approach or what's your demeanor like when you're working with somebody that is really struggling with the process?
I mean, that's most of my clients, I would say. Well, first, I never want to put pressure on somebody to say, let's get rid of this. I remember specifically one client, we worked on her closet. She has a huge walk-in closet, but it was so stuffed that you couldn't even fit another piece of clothing in there on a hanger. So she sat down with me, and I just pulled one thing out at a time. And I said, when was the last time you wore this? And, how do you love this? And a lot of these things, were from high school. And she's an adult with 3 kids. So, we just, again, put piles, donate things that she might want to keep, and just got rid of a little bit at a time. Now, we just probably did a half portion of the closet. I mean, it's overwhelming for them. So come back, in a week and do another section.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
So you just try to break it down as small as possible?
Small. I feel like small definitely works better than doing a whole big project all at once. So I just did a project of the mom had twin girls, and she wanted me to save a set of clothes. She had clothes from infant to 4T in the closet, all in this closet, just piled up. So she wanted me to save a pair and then donate a pair. And that took me at least 3 days to do that. That was a lot of work. So I, separated them all by size, by each. It was playing memory, matching game. That was actually a fun project for me. But yeah.
Is that fun tongue in cheek, or is that fun this is exciting, I'm having so much fun?
No, I think about it on the weekend, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this house on Monday. I wish it was here now.
Okay.
It's weird. But
hey, get pumped up. Come over to our house.
My mom was the same way, and my daughter's the same way too. she's been on many jobs with me, and she almost sometimes does a better job than I do. She just, she just has that.
Your little minion, huh?
Oh yeah, she's like, Mom, can I come to work with you? I'm like, sure.
Wow.
So.
How about your boys?
Oh no, no. I will.
Or your husband?
Well, actually, my oldest son came with me one time. I did a garage.
Oh. And
they had this storage thing in their garage that was in a box for as many years as I had been going there. And so I had texted her. My son's an engineering major at University of Maryland. And I said, hey, can my son come over and put this together so that we can actually use it for storage? So she's like, oh my God, it's such a great idea. But it had been sitting in her garage for 10 years.
Right.
And it just, they needed an initiative of somebody to put it together. And then, I was able because I'm not really good at, or I don't really like putting stuff together. I do put some IKEA stuff together.
Okay.
But this was a big bench thing with storage. So so he put that together while I was going through some stuff. And then, so he helped me one time. My daughter, it's a whole family. No, my husband, no, he wouldn't come.
No, he wouldn't go. Is it a full-time job keeping him organized?
Yes. Well, no, actually, he doesn't like the clutter either.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's
pretty good with that.
He's pretty good, yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
I know. Usually, they'll, a husband and wife, one will be one way, one will be not. But no, he's he has to be in the mood, I'll have to say.
Okay.
If he wants to do an organizing project, but he's very clean. He doesn't like the clutter either.
Yeah, and so. Once you actually get everything together and organized and straight, and everything's going in its proper place, you don't want to mess that up, do you?
Right.
I'm assuming there might be some regression with people.
Definitely. And it's almost like the one house I've been talking about. It's we go in circles. But I always like to tell people, even if you just do, at the end of the day, 10 minutes of tidying, and that's more, it's organizing, but it's also tidying. And I want to specifically say too, it's not cleaning. So I don't go in and clean your bathrooms or, I guess when you hire a cleaner to do. It's more
you don't clean toilets.
Right.
Yeah.
It's almost like getting ready for the cleaner.
Okay.
Tidying up, moving things,
yes.
Organizing so that the cleaner can come.
Right.
So, I've had people reach out that said, like, can you do this cleaning? And I'm like, well, no, that's not really what I do. It's more, tidying, laundry. I mean, I'll wipe your countertops down just because I'm clearing it, and then, I want everything to look nice. But yeah, I don't do toilets. So
Dang
leave
it.
that for somebody else.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's part of the team effort, right?
Right.
You get in there, prep everything, and they come in and clean it.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. What's one small organizing habit or maybe rule that you set for yourself that makes the biggest long-term difference? Would it be that 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Is there something else that's just a good, effective habit?
For me, and I try to tell people this too, like, I get up in the morning and the first thing I do is I start a load of laundry.
Huh.
So before I have my coffee, before I pack lunches, like, I just start the load of laundry from everybody's stuff, the day before. And then by the time I leave for the day, it's already switched to the dryer.
Okay.
So, just make a habit. If it's, like a 5-minute reset, starting your dishwasher, doing that load of laundry, so that it just doesn't pile up.
Yeah.
And you're saving 5 loads of laundry for the weekend. Like, who wants to spend all weekend doing their laundry?
I know. But laundry is just such a cyclical thing in our house where it's
there's
like
a lot of it, right?
We'll do a bunch of it, and then sometimes the clothes, they stay in the basket and they don't get folded, or if we do get them folded, then it's like, okay, now you got to get this basket to your room, and just that constant battle, and then all of a sudden, if you take 1 or 2 days off.
That's what I'm saying. It piles up, right?
Piles
and it's
up.
Overwhelming.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, my boys bring their laundry home because they know I like to do it. So it's just a weird thing that I've always loved. I remember as a kid growing up, my mom used to iron a lot, and I would just sit for hours. Like, we'd have a huge ironing pile, and I'm like, can I iron? And I would just iron. So I don't know. It's just so satisfying for me, and I walk out of there and I feel so like, okay, that looks awesome, and it's done. It's complete.
Yeah, there is a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you've done something productive.
Right, exactly. Yeah. When I walk out of a room that I just organized, I'm like, that was so satisfying. Like, and I just, like, I keep envisioning it in my mind, like, how good it looks.
Right.
So.
But it is that barrier of just getting over it, like in the beginning. I mean, you can almost look at something and see just this big problem, this big overwhelm, whether it's all the laundry or it's just multiple rooms being in disarray. And for me, and I'm sure Amie would, my wife would say the same, it becomes overwhelming.
Right.
And then it's like, how do you fit this into the day? Because
the
kids have this game and you have to get them to school and your full-time job. And
right. Well, that's why I started this. There's a lot of families that are both working parents and multiple kids. In this society, it's like every kid's in a club sport and you're driving them here and there. And, if I can come in while you're at work or, working from home or at home, I don't care. I do both. Just to reset everything for you. And if that's helpful and, you're willing to spend your money on your time, then, give me a call.
That would be worth it.
Yeah. And there really
would be worth it.
No shame. I have seen, I don't go in there and be like, oh my gosh, this is so disgusting, and talk about it afterwards. For me, it's.
Well, that's probably one of the biggest barriers.
Right.
Is people feel judged.
Yeah.
They're not keeping up, and it's.
Right. And that's life. I mean, I can guarantee a lot of families are suffering from just stuff everywhere, and they just maybe need a reset. And then once it's reset, then they can, kind of keep it up. Might be more helpful.
And something as simple as 10 minutes at the end of the day will help keep it up. Are there any other systems or thought processes or habits that we can create that will, once it's straight, we can keep it straight? Right.
Well, going off the 10-minute thing, there's this thing that I try to tell families too. It's called 10-10-10. So, and it's fun for kids too. Mm-hmm. So you can say, okay, it's once a week. Let's do our 10-10-10, which means the kids can go in their room and say, okay, what's 10 things I can donate, 10 things I can get rid of, and then 10 things I can put away into their home. And, that's kind of like a fun little challenge for the kids.
I like that one.
So, yeah. Just something, 10-minute reset, and, just get the whole family involved. It's not fair for, one person to just have the responsibility to do it all. If you all set a time, put a timer on, 10-minute timer, and everybody do something for 10 minutes. And
We got to get
Makes a difference.
It's almost though like because the kids are always coming and going. Where can we all be doing this all together at the same time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like time blocking. I mean, is that something that you do? I mean, well, you kind of time block in the morning, so yeah, and you time block at night.
Right.
Is there any time during the day where you're like, okay, this dedicated 30 minutes is, or that's a 10-10-10.
Right.
But,
yeah. I mean, I don't personally, just because I'm usually not home every day at the same time. So for me, that's why the load of laundry in the morning. I'm home, I wake up, throw it in, then I do my coffee, then I start packing lunches, and then by the time I'm ready to walk out the door, that laundry is in the dryer. And then when I get home, I have time to fold it.
Right.
So.
And so you're basically just accomplishing one load of laundry a day. Is that what it is?
Yeah, and then I'm not spending all weekend unless it's like sheets or something like that. But
sure.
Yeah, and then you're not spending all weekend. And then as I was getting into this and getting more clients, people were asking me to take their dry cleaning to dry cleaners. Can you take my Amazon return to Kohl's and drop it off? Like, I'm like, okay, like I can do, almost like a personal assistant in a way.
I've heard this term house manager.
House manager. There you go.
I mean, literally there are people like yourself who you can hire to do, if it's something that can, it's like buying back your time. There's a book by Dan Martell called Buy Back Your Time. And he talks about this concept of a house manager that takes care of all the administrative kind of low-hanging fruit stuff that does build up, where you can then focus on things that are more dollar producing.
Exactly.
The more important things that,
Yeah. So I even had one lady reach out and was like, can you take my car to get it washed? Like oil changes, like stuff like that. I'm like, sure, if you're going to pay me, I'll do whatever you need me to, So, so it goes beyond just even organizing. It's, you need me to run an errand or, I haven't done any meal prepping, but like you need me to meal prep while you're at work so that when you get home, your dinner just needs to be thrown in the oven. I can do that too. So I can do it all.
So good. I think so many people can relate to this conversation right now because life is just so hectic. And when you have those things that are just compounding, it definitely messes with stress and with your level of health, mental health, physical health. Yeah. Like
it does. I mean,
it takes a beating on you.
Yeah. If like all my kids are home, especially in the summer, it's hard for me sometimes. And, they just come home from work and they unload their stuff on the countertop and I walk in, I start stressing. Like it really stresses me out. And I start yelling and, everybody knows, okay, let's.
Wait a second.
I know.
There's yelling in your household?
Oh, yes.
We're not the only ones. Wow.
Yes. Usually only when my boys are home because Lily's pretty good about putting her stuff away. But, yeah, so I mean, if it's just a clean and organized space, like it just seems more relaxed and just
and less stress in the house.
Stressful, yeah.
I mean, it's the environment that you're creating when everything's more organized and tidied up. It just you feel like you have a better sense of control.
Right, exactly.
Of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Wow. Have you ever worked with real estate agents before that are prepping homes for sale and need to get rid of a lot of stuff?
No, I have not, but I think it's a very
I know one or two.
Great idea. Yeah.
I know one or two that we can get you connected
cards
with.
For you. So
there you go.
Start handing them out because, that's a great, I don't know why I didn't think of that before to start handing cards out to realtors because, if you, taking pictures, that's the first thing I look at when I look at a house, like the pictures. And, if it's like cluttered, I don't want to look at that house or, if it's dirty, so.
Well, hey, pictures are the first impression, and the quality of the photos. We, use a professional photographer on but even if you have a cluttered room, any amount of professional photography is not going to present that well picture. Unless it's decluttered.
Right.
The least amount of furniture that can define a room is what we're looking for with neutral colors and all that. But, But you can't have.
No, I'm excited. This
that would be a good partnership to have.
Yeah.
These Amies are so well connected. We do have my Amie off camera here, so we're taking notes for sure.
Yeah, I'd love to help you guys too.
Yeah. So one of the challenges that we face as real estate agents is we're working with people who have either lost a loved one or a family member, where there's definitely that emotional connection to things that remind them of their spouse.
Right.
Or people that are, transitioning from the home that they've lived in for 40, 50 years into some kind of senior living situation. What is something that you can share with them, especially the older senior person that is in that transition of life, that would help them just feel a little bit more comfortable with parting with things, or with getting things organized in a way that can just help them feel a little less pressure, a little bit less threatened. Yeah, to get rid of it.
Right. Well, I think the biggest thing is just having empathy. I've done this twice for family members, and I know how hard it is to get rid of something. I lost my mom when I was 22 years old, and I still have a few things, that her clothes, or just little things that have memories. And you can't keep everything. But, if you talk, it might help to talk about it just while you're going through everything. Saving one thing, getting rid of another, so that you're not keeping it all, but just really being empathetic, and, almost like you have to be a therapist too, listening, don't be someone to be like, oh, you need to get rid of this. Like, just the way you word things.
Right. And it's not like all or nothing. Like,
Right.
It doesn't mean that you have to get rid of everything.
Right. Right.
There's certainly things that are special for somebody.
Yeah. And I'm not in there to go in and say, you need to throw away all of the stuff. Like, that's not what I want to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. As the population starts to age, and these baby boomers are selling the homes that they've been in for 40, 50 years, over that amount of time, it's natural. There's no judgment. It's natural that you accumulate a lot of things.
Yeah, you're holding on to memories. And, that's like, for me, my kids are everything. Like, I, want to hold on to every memory I have, but that could mean memories of vacations, pictures, experiences, and not holding on to all the stuff.
Right. Just because we get rid of something doesn't mean we still had the memory of what the emotion behind that.
Exactly. Yeah. We're constantly bringing stuff in our home, but are we constantly bringing it out? So, like, where does that stuff go? So, in order to have something organized, you have to have less stuff.
Right. Yeah. And a lot of times too, when somebody reaches out and they're talking about selling the house, but they don't want me to come in yet.
Okay.
They because again, maybe it's a fear of judgment, or a fear of criticism, or whatever. And it's like, for me as a real estate agent, I can look past all that stuff. I'm looking at the more broader things: the bedroom count, the bathroom count, the living area, what's been updated, what could you do to maximize the profit of your house, because it's your biggest real estate investment.
Right, exactly.
And maybe that's changing carpet and or whatever. But I would love to come in and say, hey, these are the things that we could focus on that will get you the best return.
Right.
Versus completely updating the house, because if you completely redo the kitchen, you're not going to get all that money back.
Right, and those people might come in and not like the kitchen you redid anyway.
Correct.
So,
Correct. So just something to think about. What's been the biggest challenge for you as you start to grow this business?
Well, so just getting it started, like I have a website now, lifeunclutteredmd.com. Okay. I had no idea how to make a website. Luckily, my engineering son helped me with that. And that was fun too. We just sat down and one night and we just knocked it out. Like, it was so fun. You realize like how your whole family just comes together. Like, my daughter runs my Instagram page.
Cool.
I haven't really even like posted, Facebook is such a huge, post on, mom advice line. Like, does anybody need this? Like, I haven't even had to do that because I feel like it's just all word of mouth, like, one client tells their friend and, come over and do this. And really a lot of these clients, it's not just a one and done. It's, come twice a month, that kind of thing. So just to, so that they can stay on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, challenge wise, I haven't really had any challenges getting new clients, to be honest.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Word of mouth and just, post, friends of friends hearing about it and, being on social media and
Yeah, because I mean, you are only one person, you know.
Right,
so,
I know. Yeah, I have my daughter in the summer, but she,
Yeah. So certainly we're in a business where people are moving, and luckily for me, I'm buying or selling the house, but
Right.
I'm not necessarily helping them with the moving process. And like we said before, some people have accumulated stuff over a long period of time. What do you what kind of advice could you give to somebody that is in the preparation parts of selling their house and they need to move, they need to declutter their house, but then do you really want to bring all that stuff to the next house?
Right. Yeah. I would recommend having me come in before the movers because, you don't want to pack all that extra stuff. And then when you get there, you have a new space, you're trying to figure out where everything goes, and you just have extra stuff. So definitely let's get in there and do the tidying, uncluttering before the movers come.
Before the movers
pack
come.
all that stuff up. Yeah. And then just when you get to the new house, it'll just be way less mess and way less things to find a new home for.
Yeah. I think the clients that work with the Markland Advantage, we need to come up with some kind of program, promo, something that if you use Amie Schopf, you get 90% off. No, I'm just kidding.
No, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that there's definitely something good that can be created from
Absolutely.
this, that we can help you out. You can help us out and all
Definitely.
that. So, yeah.
Thank you so much for having me on and
Absolutely.
sharing the word. And
So if people want to reach out to you, when they want to reach out to you, where can they connect with you best?
So I have a website, lifeunclutteredmd.com, and on the website, it can lead you to my email, my phone number, my I don't have Facebook yet, but Instagram, all from the website. So
Okay.
I recommend just going on there. It tells a little bit about myself and what I offer. It has some testimonials in there.
Okay, good. Well, follow on Instagram. Hopefully soon on Facebook because that's
Yes.
where a
I gotta
lot of your clients are going to be on
Get
Facebook
on
too.
Lily to set that up.
All right, Lily Schopf,
Yes.
make it happen. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Markland Advantage. We also have a YouTube channel where if you're listening to this on Apple or Spotify, you can watch it on YouTube. And if you're watching it on YouTube, you can listen to it on Apple and Spotify or anywhere you download your podcast. See, that's why I like headphones.
Yes.
It makes it sound really good. But please, if you really felt, if this brought you value or somebody that could use this service, please share this with them. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I learned a
for
lot,
having me. Yeah.
and
We'll have to set a date. I'll come over.
Yes.
And sometimes the wives are a little hesitant, but not the husband. So sometimes maybe if Amie can maybe run an errand, and then you and I can.
I might just surprise her.
Right,
We'll
exactly. That would be a good gift for like a
ding
holiday.
dong. Who could that be at the door?
I wouldn't do that to you, Amie.
I think we should. And then we'll have Drew there to video the whole thing, and we'll do a vlog.
There you go.
And we can
She's
film the
stressing
reaction
already.
of Amie, like she's literally turning red right
Yeah, I wouldn't do that to her. We've been friends for too long.
So yes, thank you for joining us today, Amie.
having
Thank you
me.
for coming in, and until next time, live your life to the fullest. We'll see you soon. Take care.
Thank you.
Did you like this episode of the TMA Connection? Well, you might want to check this one out right here. Go ahead, click it.